This is the job screen. It is the default window that appears on startup and handles the standard print job functions of the printer. In the top left portion of the screen is the system status indicator. The colors indicate the state of the printer. Next to the system status indicator is the system status detail section. This will provide additional details on the printer status. Below the system status indicator is the job status section. This section will provide information on the current and previous print jobs, such as page count, maintenance distance, job count, and session count. Below the job status section is the printer detail section. This section shows date and time along with the firmware versions of the printer. It will also show you if your printer is paused via an external GPIO signal, such as an unwinder or a press. At the bottom of the screen are the printer control buttons. You can pause or cancel a print from these buttons. There is also the reprint function, which will be discussed later in this video. In the center of the screen is the printer status infographic, along with the material type selector and the printhead height indicator. The infographic is animated and shows several icons that will change color based on their status. You can tap the icons to show further detail. To change the paper type the printer uses, you can tap the paper icon to view the paper options. You can choose continuous, die cut, or black mark. The printhead height indicator shows the current printhead height setting, set in the toolbox. To the right side of the screen are the ink levels for the printer. In the top right corner of the screen is the menu button. This will let you navigate to the additional screens addressed in this video. Pressing the reprint button on the job screen will show the reprint page. Inside this page, you can reprint jobs that have been saved in the printer using the printer capture. Your jobs can either be shown in thumbnails or in a list view. Toggle between views by pressing the bottom left icon. There is also a job search function to find a saved job. On the reprint page, you can see and manage your print queue. As you fill up the internal storage of the L901 printer with print jobs, you can monitor the storage capacity with the bottom right icon. To start a job from the reprint page, tap on a job shown in the window. In this screen, you can reprint a job by selecting the print button or make changes to any of the settings shown. If changes are made, they can be saved by pressing the Save button. To delete jobs, you can use the Delete button in the preview window, or you can delete them in batches using the List view. To exit the reprint screen, press the Exit button. Once back on the job screen, you can use the menu button to navigate to the next section, Service. In the Service screen, you will see most of the same UI elements from the job screen, but with different buttons along the bottom. Two buttons are associated with printhead replacement, System D' and Release Printhead. To properly replace a printhead, use the System D' function. This will remove ink from the printhead and ink tubes and release the blue printhead latch. If the printhead latch is not released, do not pull on the latch. The latch is mechanically locked, and lifting the latch without it disengaged will cause damage to the printer. The Release Printhead button will release the latch if it is not released after running System D'. The next button listed is Restart. This will reboot the printer. The last button is Network Config. This will let you configure the network settings for the L901, adjust the date and time, and sleep settings for the display. You can use the menu button to navigate to the next screen, Print. In the print screen, you can print test and diagnostic pages built into the printer. The Print Color Bars button prints an 8.5 by 11 page with 7 color bars. The Print Setup page will print an alignment page. This can be used to verify the media is moving straight as it travels through the printer. The Print Configuration button will print out a diagnostic page with the printer configuration details. This information may be needed when troubleshooting with tech support. Finally, the Printhead Test button will print out a test page showing the performance of the individual nozzles on the printhead. This will likely need to be printed during troubleshooting with tech support. You can use the menu button to navigate to the next screen, Maintenance. In the maintenance screen, you will find options for cleaning and maintenance of the printhead. First, you will see the Inspect Sled button. This will expose the service station for inspection. The following video shows the Inspect Sled function. Next, we have the Ink Circulate option. This is used to circulate ink through the printhead and remove air bubbles that might develop in the ink lines. On the bottom row of the screen, there are 3 different cleaning options that are available to address print quality issues. The first option you will want to use is Quick Clean. This runs a 15 to 30 second cleaning cycle. This addresses 90% of the print quality issues. The second cleaning option is Normal Clean, which will take 1 to 5 minutes to clean the printhead with multiple wipes and spits. The third option is Full Clean. This does a full printhead reprime and takes 10 to 15 minutes to complete. This should only be used if the first 2 cleaning methods do not address the print quality issues. If this step does not address the print quality issues, other troubleshooting steps should be considered, such as printhead or wiper roller replacement. Use the menu button to navigate to the next screen, Paperpath. On this screen are the Paperpath controls. This will allow you to load and unload media, manually engage the cutter, and feed the material in both directions. To load media into the L901, you would first load paper into the input area. Follow our setup guide video for instructions. Next, tap the load button. The media will briefly pull forward into the printer and pull back, indicating the media edge has been detected by the printer. To unload the media from the printer, you can tap the Unload button. This will reverse the media out of the machine until it's no longer detected by the input sensor. Use the Cut button to manually engage the cutter. The button may also say Cut Position. Pressing this button will move printed media to the cut position. Once the media is in the correct position, the cut option will be available. To feed media without printing, you would use the bottom row of buttons to control media movement. The right arrow button moves the media to the front or right side of the printer. The left arrow button moves the media to the back or left side of the printer. The stop button will stop media movement. When you press either of the arrow buttons, the icon will change to a double arrow icon. This will double the feed speed in that direction. It's important to note that you should only use the double arrow feed speed when the media is fully fed through the printer, output through the front guide. You can use the menu button to navigate to the next screen, Media Scan. On this screen, you will have the option to do a media scan with your media to adjust the gap or black mark sensors to properly detect your media. Please refer to the following video. Load the gap or black mark media into the printer. On the front panel, make sure the correct media type is selected. Press the menu button and select Media Scan. Adjust the scan length slider bar if necessary. This value is in millimeters. You want to scan 2 or more labels. Increase this value for longer labels. Press Auto Scan. The media will now start moving back and forth through the printer. The values on the front panel will change as the sensors calibrate the gap or black mark sensors. Once the scan is complete, a graph will display on the front panel and values will be shown, listing the gap or black mark size along with the size of the media. If fine-tuning is needed, changes to sensor power and sensitivity levels can be made. Increasing these values will increase the gap size and decrease the label size. Decreasing the levels will decrease the gap size and increase the label size. Only change one value at a time and make very small adjustments. To test the change, press Manual Scan. The media will run a scan again and the values will be displayed. On the screen, you will find maintenance options for the service station wiper roller. The Wipe Transfer button will turn the wiper roller and remove excess ink. This will occur frequently during normal printer operation. The next option is Condition Wiper. This process will apply ink to the wiper roller. Typically, this will only be needed if the wiper roller is too dry. Finally, there is the New Wiper button. This button is used when the wiper roller has been worn to the point of replacement. Please refer to our manual and videos for instructions on how to replace the wiper roller in conjunction with this button. You can use the menu button to navigate to the final screen, System Test. Upon entering the System Test screen, you will be prompted for a password. The screen is intended for troubleshooting purposes. A technician will provide a password and instructions if they need you to perform these tests.